AI changes how you write code, but the four stages every project needs, requirements, design, implementation, testing, those didn't change. Here's why that matters now more than ever. The core stages of a development process are requirements gathering and analysis, design, implementation, and testing. You can think of these as the four fundamental questions every software project has to answer. What problem are we solving? How are we going to solve it? Let's build it. Does it actually work? Simple enough on the surface, but each of these stages has depth, and getting them right, in the right order, with the right level of rigor, is what separates projects that succeed from those that don't. Let's start with requirements gathering and analysis. This is where you figure out what you're actually building, and more importantly, why. Requirements gathering means understanding the problem, the users, the context, and the constraints. What pain are we solving? Who experiences it? What does success actually look like? What are the boundaries we can't cross? This stage is critical because every decision downstream depends on it. A weak foundation here doesn't just slow you down, it sends you in the wrong direction. And the further you travel in the wrong direction, the more expensive it is to correct. Here's something experienced developers know that juniors often don't. Requirements are almost never handed to you fully formed. They arrive incomplete, ambiguous, sometimes contradictory. Your job isn't to wait for perfect requirements. Your job is to ask the right questions, surface the gaps, and get to a level of clarity that's good enough to move forward without excessive risk. And this is one of the areas where AI assistants can genuinely accelerate your work. You can use them to stress test your understanding. Ask your AI to challenge your requirements, identify edge cases, or surface assumptions you haven't made explicit yet. Once you have sufficient clarity on the requirements, you move into design. Design is where you figure out how to solve the problem. What are the components of the solution? How do they relate to each other? What data flows through the system? What are the key technical decisions? A common mistake is to skip this stage and jump straight into writing code. And with AI assistance, that temptation is even stronger, because you can generate code so fast. But speed without direction is just efficiently going the wrong way. A clear design makes implementation and testing dramatically easier. It also makes your AI assistant dramatically more useful, because the more specific your design, the more precisely the AI can execute it. Implementation is where you build the actual components. This is writing the code, wiring things together, and turning the design into something that runs. In the AI era, this stage looks different than it used to. A significant portion of the code can be generated by your AI assistant if your design is clear and your instructions are specific. Think of yourself as a technical lead directing a very capable but very literal team member. The AI doesn't know your business context, your users, or your constraints unless you tell it. Your role is to translate the design into clear, scoped tasks, and then review, validate, and integrate what comes back. The final core stage is testing. This is where you verify that what you built actually does what it's supposed to do. Testing can take many forms. Unit tests check individual functions in isolation. Integration tests check that components work correctly together. End-to-end tests simulate real user behavior across the full system. But testing isn't just about finding bugs, it's about building confidence. Confidence that the system behaves correctly under normal conditions, under edge cases, and under unexpected inputs. That confidence is what lets you move fast without breaking things, especially when you're making changes later. Now, here's the part that often surprises people new to software development. This process is not a straight line. You gather requirements, start designing, and realize there's a question you didn't think to ask. So you go back, you implement a component, and a test reveals a gap in the design. So you revisit. A stakeholder sees a working prototype and clarifies something that changes the requirements. This back and forth is called iteration, and it's not a sign that something went wrong. It's the process working as intended. It's how you progressively reduce uncertainty and build something that actually fits the real problem. If this was useful, subscribe. I post practical AI coding techniques every week. The full workflow is in a free Udemy course. Link is pinned in the comments.